All right, in this episode, we talk about
what to expect on your first spring training.
Porcio, David Ardsma here at the @TopVelocity hashtag Pitch Tips show, where you go to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat @TopVelocity hashtag Pitch Tips, hashtag Baseball Tips. Ask your question. We answer on the show. I'm coming to Houston for a seminar. I'm going to the Zone in Houston. I'm going to Premier Baseball, and I'm going to
send me the addresses. You need to send me the stuff.
And I'm going to Legends, which is in the Woodlands,
right next to where my parents lived and lived in the Woodlands when I went to Rice.
Sweet. So I'll be there February 20th, 21st. Different times on those locations doing a seminar. It's $100 or $99 to attend the seminars, going through the basics, 3X pitching, drill work, analysis, so everybody can learn the approach. If you're in those areas, go to TopVelocity.net/Houston, and you can sign up and sign up because you won't get a ticket if you don't sign up there. I'm also going to be in Long Beach, California, March 26th. For a full 3X Velocity clinic, and that's a full clinic where you get pretty much the same stuff we do here at the camp. So check those out. Let's get ready for the question for today. For David Ardsma here, we've got Gabriel asks, any tips from David for someone going into their first minor league spring training?
Gabriel, first thing, go in there with a great mindset. I think what I've always done in my spring trainings, minor league spring training will be a lot different. But with the big league spring trainings, I always wanted to make an impression on everybody. I wanted to look like I was working hard. I really didn't care about what impression I was giving my other teammates, because I had a little different generation where you had to just kind of conform with what everybody else was doing, especially all the veterans. But I was a little different. I wanted to go, whenever you're doing drills, you're going to do a lot of drills, man. It's going to suck. Honestly, the best way to prepare for spring training, put your cleats on and go walk around the mall for about 3 hours. That's the best way to prepare for spring training, because it is going to be miserable. Your legs are going to hurt, your feet are going to hurt, your hips are going to hurt, your back's going to kill for the first week, because it's a whole lot more of running around, hurry up and waiting than you've ever done in your life. You're going to run here, run there, run here, wait, run over there, wait, run over there, wait. Okay, you're going to go throw, and then you're going to go shag for 2 hours. And then after shagging, you're gonna go run for half an hour. It's miserable. So be ready for that. If that happens, don't think it's just you. Everybody's gonna go through it. So get your legs ready. Honestly, go walk around for a while in your cleats and get used to it. Get normal to your feet being sore and get that out of your system. You'll probably be better off. But when you're doing drills, for me, because you're gonna run from field to field to field to field, there's usually a couple 4-packs, call it 4-pack. So there's 4 different fields all backing up, and so you'll run from like one first base side to the third base side of the other field. Always, for me, be the first one running. First one going from drill to drill. Don't be lazy, don't be in the back. Everyone's gonna want you to go slow. Don't go crazy fast, but jog everywhere and be that first one on that mound. Because you're gonna be in camp with, how many people, Bob? 200 people? 250, 300 people maybe, depending on size of the camp. Some big league camps are 100 guys. You have to stand out some way, especially minor league camp, because everything's gonna be so monotonous. And they already have a plan of where you're gonna be. Stand out a little bit. Be the first in the drills. When you do the drills, do it hard and jog back to the back of the line. Don't be lazy. Don't just sit there and do what everybody else is doing. Stand out a little bit. I think it helped for me. I think a lot of coaches later on actually told me that how much they respect that even at an older age, I'm still acting like I'm 22, and I'm running around and acting like I care, like I give a crap. So why not do it when you are 22 or 21 or 18, however old you are. Bust your butt, but be ready for your legs to just be killing. And it's spring training, man. You're gonna have to get up really early. You're gonna be busting your butt all day. Get in a good routine. Don't go out drinking even though you want to. Don't go out and be stupid with a lot of guys. Understand, man, this might be your only spring training your entire career. So be smart, go out and have a little fun, but don't be stupid with anything. Understand what your job is. Your job is there to be playing baseball, to make a team, make an impression on somebody who might be your only chance to make an impression. So do it.
What's the difference between Arizona and Florida? Is there any difference in those spring trainings?
Balls are going to fly in Arizona. You're going to get two things. You're going to wake up and be wearing a sweater and be wearing sweatpants in Arizona, and then within 2 hours be sweating your ass off. In Florida, the second you wake up, you're going to be sweating your ass off. That's the difference.
Do you dehydrate more in Arizona?
You dehydrate a lot faster and you don't realize it. So you don't really know. You don't feel like you're sweating. You get there, you get to Florida, you're sweating your butt off. You're going to be constantly drinking water, drinking Gatorade. You get to Arizona, you're not going to feel it, and then it'll hit you. And it will hit you like a rock. So constantly be drinking a lot more water than you absolutely think you need. Arizona, your off speed's going to suck. It just will. It's going to suck. The guys that are good, it's miracles. So your off-speed's going to suck. It's going to understand, like when you're throwing, you're probably going to give up a lot longer bombs than you ever thought you were. Your off-speed's not going to be there, but just keep working on it. Stay confident. Don't just change because of where you're at. Just stay on top of what your keys, your clues. If you get to Florida, your off-speed's going to be pretty good. It just is. You're going to be a lot more humid. Your arm's going to feel really good. You're going to wake up. It's going to be like already warm. Get to Arizona, it's going to be cold. It's not going to be the easiest thing to wake up in the morning. There's a lot of little differences, especially where you're at. What other questions do you have?
Cool. Well,
there's a million other things to think of, man. You just one, don't be right in that training room. Don't be that guy. Unless it seriously hurts, don't be that guy running the training room like, oh man, my arm hurts really bad. Hey man, like everyone goes through a little bit of pain during spring training because you're getting back used to that. You're throwing, waiting, throwing, waiting, throwing, jogging, waiting, throwing. It's gonna not feel great for a couple days, for a week. But you're gonna have to, learn to get through that. Don't be that guy that's always in the training room. Do your work. Do what you need to do during after you throw on the field, and you get done. Do your arm care. Get in the weight room. Bust your ass. And then be ready the next day because you'll probably have an off day the next day as far as like on the mound work. So be smart about when to train. Train those days right after you throw. Get in there, get your work done. They'll probably actually have a full schedule for you when you're supposed to train. But also if they don't, the big question is if they don't allow you to do the 3X, the Olympic lifts, gotta get that in, man. Don't stop that. Do not do it at any cost. Don't stop your Olympic lifts because what's going to happen is your body's going to start slowing down. You might have to modify. I know of people that used to go to gyms outside of the field and do their lifting at night. You've got to get it in because what's going to happen is you're going to become less explosive, especially spring training where it feels like all day is a marathon. Your body's going to slow down. You need to speed it back up. You need to keep that speed going, and that will make you stand out, make you improve. Yes. When a lot of guys start declining at the end of spring training, you're going to keep getting better.
Yeah, because like you said, if you're standing around that whole time, then your body's getting fatigued, and it's more important to it's very aerobic too. I mean, your body's actually remodeling from all that walking around time. Yeah. So, making sure that your body isn't allowing that to kind of set in by hitting some explosive stuff as much as you can, as much as your body can handle. I think, it's huge, right?
Yeah, because you're going to be going from a set routine where you're like, okay, so I walk in here and I have my routine. We foam roll, we do our walking stretches, we do some a little bit other stretches, some mobility work, and then we do our ball throws, and then we start doing the baseball throws. Spring training, that all goes out the window. You're at the team's mercy. You're going to wake up, they're going to go right to a stretch, your mobility stretch, and then you might have to go run. You might have to go do 8 poles, and then start playing catch, and then go throw your bullpen. So your whole world's going to go to crap, everything you know. So figure out a way, maybe after you do the running, you do some quick sprints or you do some quick jumps. I knew a guy last year, Jason Frazier, with the Braves. We got him from Kansas City. In the middle of the bullpen, we were in Philly, and he's doing squat jumps. And then he's doing jumps on his toes. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? He goes, I'm activating my fast twitch muscles. We've been sitting around, he goes, I can sit around doing all my mobility and be warm, but my fast twitch muscles are not firing. You know, your ATP isn't ready to go. So ATP, ADP.
Well, ATP is energy. It's more your motor units.
Your motor units, right? ATP too, like.
Well,
but
yeah,
it's activating those motor units.
But that energy's there.
So do it. Maybe even just practice and feel that jump, you know, and just activate those motor units so you get on the mound, everything's gonna be firing a little bit more. But
yeah, PAP. That's our post-activation potentiation. A PAP routine before you go out there, specifically in spring training, where you're trying to impress.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's another thing to talk about. I mean, you got to make sure your ball speed is ready. Yeah. I mean, how patient are they until they want to see some good ball speed? I mean,
you know, you're in minor league camp, you're probably not going to know your ball speed. Yeah. You know, big league camp, they generally don't care at first, and then you're going to know. You know, they're patient because they probably have a plan already before you even walk in that door. You know, unlike Bob's going in there trying to make a first impression on an organization that doesn't know him. So he has to make an impression. A lot of guys, they already have a plan. So it doesn't matter what you do in spring training, they're going to send you wherever. Now they might move you up faster. You're probably going no matter where they send you. But you know, they're going to want to see your velocity just slowly, gradually improving, and at least by the end of spring training, touching what you're normally at. You know, getting close. But what really matters is once the season starts.
What about?
They just want to see progression, especially spring training. They want to see progression. They want to see your velocity getting a little better. Your controlling the zone getting a little better, controlling the front running getting better. They don't, you know, if you walk in the first day 100% ready to roll perfect and not improve, that's when guys are going because everybody around you now is catching up and probably passing you. So they want to see improvement. Now, obviously, go in as good as you can. We're all going in as good as we can, but we want to make sure we're improving as we go along.
So I think the last thing you can talk about is nutrition, like eating. Of course, there's places to eat in spring training, but is there anything extra you need to bring or what?
You know, be smart. Minor leagues we train, you know, they're going to have all their nutrition stuff. They're going to have their set things. But be prepared. You know, try to get on a good meal plan where you're eating your meals every couple hours throughout the day. You're eating a good breakfast in the morning, planning because it's a long day, and then you're eating right when you get off that field, so you're getting something in your body, you're getting on a good routine. At night, have stuff in your hotel room or apartment, wherever you're staying, so you're on a good routine at night, and you're setting yourself up for success the next day. Don't start eating crap. Don't start, you know, going out and drinking every night. Spring training, man, is a grind. You know, it's a grind. It's every morning. You're probably going to be waking up at 6 a.m. So it's a whole new thing for your body. I would say even start preparing, start waking up early. You know, start waking up early and getting outside and feeling the cold. So when spring training, when you're at the field at 7 a.m. and you've got to be on the field, your body's kind of used to it. You kind of know what to expect. It's miserable. Spring training is miserable. I always love it, but it's miserable to think about. It's miserable to talk about. Yeah. But once you get there and you're in the grind and you finally start facing hitters, you get the butterflies out of your stomach because now you know how to control the strike zone and you get somebody out. It's great, but it's miserable.
Yeah, it's not the fun of the season, traveling to new cities.
You're nervous because you're trying to make a team, and you're watching this guy. You're watching, you know, Bob Wheatley throwing 93 miles an hour, touching 95, and you're seeing Arzma throwing 100. You know, but you're seeing these guys around you. You know, you get to see some guys, and you're like, God dang, man, that's coming out hard. Yeah. Like, I can't do that. You know, you can't worry about those guys, man. You don't worry about it. Do you? But at the same time, put the best impression that you can. Put the best foot forward. Be the first at every single drill. If you know, because what's going to happen is you're going to be all lined up on first base side like this, watching some first and third drill where the guy takes off early, and then all of a sudden no one's ready. Run, get your ass out there. Be that guy that they want. Because what's going to happen is when they start deciding teams, they don't necessarily decide on who can do the things. They're deciding on who can't do them. So it's who can't cover first, who can't throw an all-speed pitch, who can't, you know, make the right decision, who's a little slower. They're not doing like, oh, this guy can, this guy can't. They're like, say, who can't? So don't give them any reason to not like you. Don't be like, oh, well, he never wanted to be first. Like, he was always kind of the back of the pack. He's just one of the guys. Even if you're sitting normally with everybody else and everything else is normal, be that first guy so they go, you know what, Arzma seems like he wants it a little bit more. Because I've heard those conversations. I've been asked about those conversations with Seattle. I had general manager come up to me and ask me my opinion about guys, you know, when he's not seeing them. Be that guy. Be that first guy in all those lines. Be that first guy that's volunteering, even if it sucks and it looks like you're you're kissing ass. There's a reason why all those